In today's classrooms, one critical factor will shape the future of education. This is student agency. I'm not just talking about participation, I'm talking about empowering students to take control of their learning. As we head into a future filled with challenges, especially artificial intelligence, the skills of independence, ownership, and self motivation will really be the keys to success. So, how do we foster these qualities? I'd like to talk today about the 7 pillars that can transform passive learners into active, self-driven individuals, and this is all part of student agency. Hi, I'm Margaret from Your Therapy Source, here to help you help your students succeed. Student agency isn't just another educational buzzword. It's really a different approach that prioritizes the learner. At its core, student agency is about giving students the power to make decisions about their education, setting goals, seeking feedback, and self-assessment. So in the end, it really does help run your classroom smoother. So today we're going to explore about its importance and how educators can cultivate an environment where student agency thrives. Let's start at the beginning and talk about what is student agency. Student agency is more than participation. It's a mindset where students are actively engaged in their learning, becoming collaborators and decision makers. This shift transforms students from passive recipients of information to empowered learners who are in charge of their educational journey. So there's 7 pillars of student agency that we're going to talk about today, and I'll go through them rather quickly and just on the surface. So student voice. This encourages students to express their opinions and participate in decisions, helping them feel valued. It empowers them to shape their learning environment, whether it's in the classroom or anything else that's going on in the school. There's the next pillar is student choice. This gives students the ability to choose how they learn, and that helps to foster ownership. Whether it's selecting a project topic or determining how to present their findings, choice allows personalization of the learning experience. So many teachers do this already. They use rubrics, maybe and the child can make a decision about how they want to be assessed on a project. Student engagement is the third pillar. Engaged students are mentally and emotionally invested. They're not just showing up, they're involved, they're curious, and they're really passionate about learning. Student motivation is another pillar. Intrinsic motivation comes from within the student, pushing students to set goals, face challenges, and strive for success. External motivation is, if you get this done, we can have a classroom party. So we really strive for internal motivation because when students find meaning in their tasks, they go beyond just getting the grade. Student ownership. This shifts the responsibility onto the learner. They understand their progress, they recognize areas of improvement, and they take steps to meet their goals. It's about moving from compliance to accountability. Student purpose. Learning needs a why. We need to know, why do we need to learn this? So when students connect their education to future goals or personal interests, they really become driven. This sense of purpose also takes them beyond the classroom and into lifelong learning. Student self-efficacy. It's a big word. Students with high self-efficacy believe in their abilities to succeed. They're more likely to embrace challenges, take risks, and persevere through those challenging assignments or difficulties throughout the school day. So, why is student agency so important? More than ever, student agency is really critical. In a world that values adaptability, innovation, and critical thinking, student agency equips students with these skills that they need to navigate life beyond school. So here's why. Let's talk a little bit more about it. They change their focus, and their focus changes to growth over grades. This type of student agency emphasizes mastery, self-reflection, and understanding, not just chasing a score. Collaboration, it fosters creativity, problem solving, and teamwork. These are the skills necessary in today's world. We talked about this already, but intrinsic motivation. By students owning their learning, they build resilience, grit, and persistence, and these are skills they're really going to need in today's world. And we have to include equity when we talk about student agency. It ensures that every voice, from preschoolers to high schoolers, everyone throughout your school is making learning more inclusive. So educators play a really important role in this change. By providing guidance, constructive feedback, the right instructional practices, teachers can create environments where student agency can flourish. Schools should prioritize professional development to help teachers integrate student voice, choice, and ownership into their classroom. It's definitely a different way of looking at things than maybe a more traditional classroom. So let's talk about examples of student agency in action. For example, in your English class, students choose a book from a curated list and lead a discussion connecting the themes to personal experiences. So many teachers do this already. So a lot of it you're doing already. It's just about building upon it. Math class. Maybe the learners approach problems using self discovered methods and then they explain their process. How about for occupational and physical therapy students who get related services? You can allow students to collaborate with your therapist and have them provide input on their progress, suggesting goals and new techniques that might work for them. Sometimes our students teach us way more than we can teach them. So, to shape leaders, thinkers, and innovators of tomorrow, we really have to embrace student agency. It's not just about preparing students for exams, but for life itself. So, as educators, parents, related service providers, let's give students the tools to become self regulated learners equipped with confidence, purpose, and a sense of ownership over their future. By fostering agency, we're not just teaching lessons, we're shaping lives. So let's empower this next generation. Start by integrating student voice, choice, and ownership into your teaching practices today and watch how it transforms not just your classroom, but the future. If you want to get more details about this, you can go to your therapy source. We have a great digital workbook that you can download and a set of posters that you can get to hang up in your classroom to kind of bring home the point of how important student agency is and providing constant reminders that we really need to develop this intrinsic motivation and this accountability in our students where they take the lead. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.